Mitchell is Moving by Marjorie Weinman Charmat. Pictures by Jose Aruego and Ariane Dewey. Mitchell ran through his house. So long, everything," he shouted. Then he ran next door to Margot's house. "I'm moving," he said. "Where?" asked Margot. "2 weeks away," said Mitchell. "Where's that?" asked Margot. "It is wherever I will be after I walk for 2 weeks," said Mitchell. "I have lived in the same place for a long time. It's time for me to go someplace else." "No," said Margot. "You have only lived next door for 50 years. 60, said Mitchell. 50, 60, what's the difference, said Margot. "I want you to stay next door forever." "I can't," said Mitchell. "I do not want to wake up in the same old bedroom and eat breakfast in the same old kitchen and brush my scales and clean my nails in the same old bathroom. Every room in my house is the same old room because I have been there too long." "Well, maybe you're just tired of the same old friend," said Margot. "Who is that?" asked Mitchell. "Me," said Margot. "Maybe you look at me and think, same old face, same old tail, same old scales, same old walk, same old talk, same old Margot." "No," said Mitchell. "I like your face, tail, scales, walk, and talk. I like you." "I like you," said Margot. "I like you too," said Mitchell. He walked to the door. "I must pack," he said. Margot sat down in front of the door. "You can't get out," she said. "I will sit here for another 60 years. "I still like you," shouted Mitchell as he climbed out the window. Margot called after him. "I will glue you to your roof. I will tie you to your front door with a thick green rope. I will scotch tape you, paper clip you to your house. Then I will get a gigantic rubber band and loop you to your house. I will not let you leave." "I will unglue, untie, untape, unclip, and unloop myself," said Mitchell. Mitchell ran around his house. "I'm moving," he shouted. Then he gathered up some of the slimy moss near his house and wrapped it in silver foil, just in case there's no slimy moss 2 weeks away. Mitchell scooped up some mud from a ditch. "Maybe there's no mud 2 weeks away. Or no swamp water," he said, as he filled a plastic bag with water from his swamp and mud from his ditch. Mitchell went into his house and put the slimy moss and mud and swamp water into his suitcase. The telephone rang. Mitchell answered it. "I will cement you to your ceiling," said Margot, and she hung up. "I'm beginning to think that Margot does not want me to move," said Mitchell, as he went back to his packing. He packed the cap and mitten set that Margot had given him. Maybe it will be cold 2 weeks away, he thought. Mitchell heard a shout. He went to his window. Margot was shouting, "I will take you to the laundromat in my laundry bag, and I will wash away your idea of moving." Margot was a good shouter, thought Mitchell. He remembered when Margot had sent him a happy birthday shout through the window. "I'm glad you're there. I'm glad I'm here. Happy birthday, loud and clear." I wonder if there are any happy birthday shouters 2 weeks away, thought Mitchell. Mitchell held up the T-shirt that Margot had given him. It said, "Mitchell, friend of Margot. Margot, friend of Mitchell." "This shirt makes me feel sad," "That I am moving," said Mitchell. "But if I put it on, I won't have to look at it." Mitchell put on the t-shirt. "If I don't look down at my chest, I will feel all right." He closed his suitcase. "There, I'm all packed. I'm ready to go." Mitchell walked through his house. "So long, same old rooms," he said. Mitchell took his suitcase and went to Margot's house. "I'm all ready to move," he said. "I will stick you to your house with chewing gum," said Margot. Mitchell picked up his suitcase and ran. "Goodbye," he called. "I will write to you every day." Mitchell stopped running and started to walk fast. "I'm a moving Mitchell," he said. Mitchell walked and walked. When night came, he sent Margot a postcard that said, "Dear Margot, greetings from 1 day away." The second night he wrote, "Dear Margot, more greetings from 2 days away." The third night he wrote, "Dear Margot, more and more greetings from 3 days away." "I am not much of a postcard writer," thought Mitchell. But he sent more and more greetings to Margot each night. At last, Mitchell reached 2 weeks away. "I made it," he said. Mitchell built a house and moved in. "I will go to bed right away so I can wake up in my new bedroom," he said. New sleeps better," Mitchell said the next day. "Now I will eat my first meal in my new kitchen. New tastes better." Mitchell went outside and sat down in front of his house. "This is a good house," he said. "But there's something missing. There's nobody next door. What good is a good house when there's nobody next door to it? I am lonely. I miss Margot." Mitchell wrote a postcard to Margot. "Dear Margot, the most greetings ever from 2 weeks away. The slimy moss is nice and slimy. The mud is nice and thick. The swamp water is nice and mucky. But I miss you. Please come to see me." Mitchell waited and waited and waited. One morning he woke up and saw a bottle of glue, a thick green rope, a big roll of Scotch tape, a huge paper clip, a gigantic rubber band, a laundry bag, a sack of cement, and a package of chewing gum. Then he saw Margot. "Mitchell," said Margot. "Margot," said Mitchell. "I'm so happy to see you." "Here's my new house and my new everything." Mitchell showed Margot his new house and everything around it. "2 weeks away is terrific," said Margot, as she and Mitchell ate breakfast. "No, it isn't," said Mitchell. "There's nobody next door." "Oh," said Margot. "I have the same problem where I am. There's nobody next door." "I have an idea," said Mitchell. And he got some twigs and mud. "I have the same idea," said Margot. And she filled her laundry bag with more twigs and mud. Then she got her bottle of glue, thick green rope, big roll of Scotch tape, huge paper clip, gigantic rubber band, and sack of cement. "We can use these too," she said. Mitchell and Margot built a house next door to Mitchell's house. "Do you like it?" asked Mitchell. "It's perfect," said Margot. Margot moved into her new house. She shouted, "I've come to stay 2 weeks away. Happy birthday!" It wasn't Mitchell's birthday, but he was happy anyway.